it's time for the season finale of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy. We started some 3 months ago on the 1st of December, but here we are on the 1st of March 2024 to see who our 4 championship winners are going to be. Tonight we have a 60-minute race at Okayama to decide the final points this season. My name is Sam Fitzpatrick, alongside me is David Sampson, as always broadcasting here on Apex Racing TV. And David, it's been a very fun championship. It's been a long one, 12 rounds. And of course with the Christmas break as well, I struggled to recall the time where we weren't broadcasting this series. But we continue once again. And yeah, rounding it all out tonight. And whilst 3 of our championships are pretty much decided, the Pro-Am drivers, and in a way the Am drivers as well, they could still change around. Yeah,
obviously it's going to require a lot to shake it up, but we've seen, disconnects from VR, we've seen it all, we've seen big incidents. I think it's still to play for, especially, and I think the Pro-Am's the tightest. But again, they're at the top of the championship for a reason. They've been dominant all season long. This track is going to require a lot of attention. It's going to feel like a long race, 60 minutes here. It is a challenging track, qualifying is important. Some would say overtaking's hard, but you can disrupt the guys in front lap quite easily by looking like you got from the hairpin section through the next 4 corners. There's a lot of, we're going to see a lot of door banging, a lot of door-to-door racing. Maybe not as much overtaking, but it can be pretty disruptful. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun.
For sure. I mean, let's have a look at, I think we may have just seen previously the calendar and Okayama, the final round for this season. And we have gone to some fairly unusual tracks in the last 3 rounds, but of course always copying the IMSA and the GT3 sprint series schedules. So yeah, plenty of practice it should be for the drivers. Of course, let's have a quick look back at a couple of the clips from Montreal. This little highlights thing isn't too long, but just a quick reminder of what happened. And Chris van den Nesse, who got pole position, and he won the race as well in impressive style, and it was his first ever feature-length win.
Yeah, it was an impressive race. This was a tough race. Very demanding for the drivers again.
This was the heartbreaking moment of the race.
Oh,
Jonathan Kirk with his VR failure. From the lead of the ads, he would have taken the championship lead.
Yeah, it wasn't just a lead, he was very dominant over his competitor on points that would have been allocated in the race as well. I think it was somewhat 8 positions at the time.
Exactly. And then this was an interesting part of the race where it came down to the strategy calls, and Chris van den Nesse took no tyres. However, he was still able to hold on, but that gap got pretty small down to Toss. It was down to 3 seconds at one point. Toss got a slowdown right at the end, so it ended up being 6 seconds for van den Nesse clear of the rest of the field. But with 15 minutes to go, it was looking like the Dutch driver may well be caught, but he managed to hang on and gets his biggest win in his Apex Racing League career. Of course, one back at Sebring Race 2 as well, but this time the full 140 points going his way. It won't help him win the championship this season. He's got a fair few too many points to collect because Alessandro Porta is out in the lead, and whilst it looks quite close there, the championship is over. Delaval cannot catch because we have 2 drop scores in this series. We're already counting the drop scores, so you can imagine it. Porta's worst score tonight is 105 points because he's currently dropping 105 points.
Yep.
So even if he gets 0 points tonight, he'll gain those 105 points, and the most amount of points you can score in a meeting is 140. So he has won the title with a round to spare. And it's been one consistency, but we shouldn't deny his pace either. He's been getting podiums pretty much every race.
Yeah, Porter's more importantly as well picked up those wins, lots of wins. And yeah, on his bad races, they've not been bad. Delaval, much less wins, if I can remember. Maybe only the 1?
Yeah, I think he got 1 at Aragon, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think at one point we were quite deep into the season and he hadn't finished off the podium. Yeah, I think it was a 4th place that finally took that away from him. So that helped. Zach, while super pace, he's had the 2 very low scoring rounds that just worked against him.
And same with Tofts as well.
Correct, yeah. And Tofts obviously missed a race at the beginning, but he also looked very strong.
Yes, I'm sure they'll be back for future seasons, but yeah, Porto and Delaval have been the consistent ones and are going to win the title. In the Pro-Am, this is the most interesting one. Michael Hooper currently at the top. That gap has gone down slightly recently, but it's still enough of a gap. I think Del Piccolo outscored Hooper by 10 points last time out. He needs to beat him by about 10 positions, and that's in the overall standing. So if Del Piccolo can finish maybe 6th, then that's putting a lot of pressure on Hooper to make sure he gets, say, a top 15 in order to confirm that championship. So that one could still change around. The AMS is not going to change around, most likely. Mathematically, this is recoverable, but really, Agard needs to score 0 points. However, we've just got news that Jonathan Cook is not attending tonight, as he has let us know in the YouTube chat. So unfortunate there for Jonathan, and that pretty much means Agard has won the title, I believe.
Yeah, indeed. It's a shame for Jonathan, but yeah, just like in real racing when things go wrong. People always ask that for iRacing, can we have mechanical failure? And my answer is always no, we already have it. We do have it. And it's painful, but that's part of racing, unfortunately.
Exactly. Yeah, and welcome to everyone in chat as well. And yeah, Jonathan as well. Disappointed that we showed his VR failing last time out. I mentioned it as well randomly in the Apex Racing League Prototype Championship, and he heard that as well. So he has had enough of that one, and yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. In the teams championship, it's pretty much over, and it was like
round 3.
Yeah, our teammates got 8th. I think like the perfect score is like 2,800 points or something. Might not even be that much. They really got like 95% of the points that they could have got. It's been insane.
Well, I think the first 4 rounds they didn't have less than 2 of them on the podium. You know, right at the beginning, it was just all Italian Ferraris is what I remember seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, they really worked well as a team.
They did.
Got that 1-2 at Bathurst as well, and yeah, it's been phenomenal.
Even qualifying, they've worked together.
Yeah.
That was an absolute unit. Been impressive to watch.
But let's have a look at our track for tonight, Okayama. Of course, it got not rescanned, but re-artworked. Did you notice any differences really that you had to try?
I don't know, it just felt a little sharper, and say distant objects, I think there was more, but if I'm being honest, when I'm driving it, I'm focused on Apex's and exits.
Well, the curves, they have changed.
I didn't know.
The
I think it had been so long since I'd driven at Okayama, so it wasn't like I had a like-for-like comparison. It's been so long. I enjoyed it. It is tricky. It is going to be tough for the guys doing an hour here. I mean, I did it for 5 hours back to back to back, but VRS, that's 40 felt long. Yeah. It does require a lot of attention. Lots of people I picked up a win here, and I was telling you before the stream, it was, I should have finished second, but the leader just had a moment. You know, it is a tricky track, especially how many laps you got to do.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It is a demanding one, particularly the final sector is a very tight, twisty part of the circuit, and you can see it there, turn 6 and turn 7, Revolver and Piper, and then into those couple of hairpins as well near the end of the lap as well. One of the most important qualifyings of the season, I imagine, as well. Do you think some drivers will be willing to go for like the big undercut? Because I imagine, like what's the tyre wear like around here? Like I imagine it's sort of middling.
Yeah, it's okay. It's such an understeery track anyway. I don't know. It's fine. The fuel here, you can no stop it in VRS, but the time lost is just too much. I think in a VRS when I had an accident in T1, I pitted on lap 4 or 5. That just goes to show how little fuel you need in the race. So we could see the undercut, but the undercut is only going to, if you're fast, it's only going to work if you get a clear track, and you cannot guarantee a clear track, especially with the fact we have AMs and pros, and you know, so I just don't think the undercut's going to work here. You're right. They need to qualify well, and then not defend ghosts. You can really hurt your lap time here, defending lines that don't need defending. The hairpin, from the hairpin, the left, and then the next left, there's a lot of door-to-door, because you can defend. There's 2 ways to defend the hairpin. You can take the inside line and defend it, but the problem is the corner after is a left-hander, and you give up that right. If they're able to just hold it, then you door-to-door, then they have the left. So it's, yeah, it induces good racing.
Yeah, it should be a fun one, this. And yeah, that qualifying session going to be very important. It's already got underway. We will go to a quick break, but when we're back, we will be trackside and viewing the 32-minute qualifying session, the final one of this Season 7 of the GT3 Trophy.
Are you struggling for consistency in your sim racing? Does your iRating look like a roller coaster? If so, we have good news for you. The way to get more consistent is to first understand what you're doing differently than the professionals. And VRS is the answer. With our competitive subscription, you will have the telemetry, setups, tutorials, and everything else you need to fully analyze your driving. Our data packs and the ability to compare your driving with the best in the world will show you exactly where to adjust your inputs, change your driving line, and shave seconds off of your lap times. And our powerful and precise Direct Force Pro wheelbase and precision pedals are being used by some of the world's best drivers. All these champions agree that VRS hardware is not just the best on the market, it's also priced well below the competition. So if you're looking to upgrade to direct drive and the best pedals in sim racing, VRS is your answer. If you want to get better, get faster, and make it happen sooner rather than later, you owe it to yourself to find out why so many people are switching to VRS. You'll be so glad that you did. Visit www.virtualracingschool.com and learn why the best use VRS.
Welcome to qualifying for round 12 of the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy, the final qualifying of the season. And yeah, we're going to find out what our grid is very, very soon. But at the moment, we are in amateur qualifying. Of course, the first 10 minutes for the amateurs, next 10 minutes for the pro-ams, and the final 12 minutes for the pro drivers. And of course, Nikolai Agard with the pressure off himself now. He's sort of been under the cuff for the last few rounds, knowing that should Jonathan Cook have a strong round, that maybe he would be catchable, but tonight this is pretty much an hour-long parade lap for him.
Yeah, I mean, Agard and Cook have been in a league of their own. I mean, at times they've, apart from maybe one or two max of the Pro-Am drivers, they've really shown their class. I mean, top 6 qualies, you know, in a packed field with lots of good drivers has been really impressive. But no, I'm positive Agard's going to put it on pole here. It's quite, I mean, I don't know, I get stuck for words describing this track because I'm just going to say it requires a good driver to hook the entire lap up. It's very understeery, it's very awkward, it's off camber. The first corner's a little awkward to decide how much you should carry to how early you should throttle to. It's just an unusual flow to the circuit.
And I think as well, we don't see any real life racing around here. I know that like Super GT visits this track. I think Super Formula as well might do. But when it comes to Formula 1, the last time that this track was visited was 30 years ago. When it comes to world sports cars, it's generally not visited in many different series. And so pretty much our reference is all on iRacing when it comes to this circuit. We're now 9/10 of a second clear for Agard. That is a very strong lap, and I do wonder if he'll be one of the front-running pro-ams as well when they set their lap times. This man, Adam Hedgecock, started off the season very well. I think he was leading the championship after the first couple of rounds. Hasn't quite been able to keep up the championship fight, but really, apart from Agard, second down to 7th. They're all very close in this session.
Yeah, I think the only thing that held Hedgecock back was his car choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
One comment I had while I was driving here all day is that someone was like, I don't see how they can race GTs here on a track with this lap time and how narrow it is. And my response was 2 words. Road Atlanta.
Sure.
And their response was 2 words. Good point. Yeah. And then they were fine. So it is easy to forget some good racing can come from tight, twisty, short tracks. Now, obviously, you can't compare this to Road Atlanta. Especially the last sector. It's just very tricky to just even get through, let alone door to door. Making an overtake in that off camber, uphill right-hander, you can barely get your own vehicle. I'll be interested to see some of their lines here. I was finding a complete hold left, like no opening it up to push it out to the right as he pushes it full to the right. So I wasn't doing that. So he's going narrow there. I actually reversed it. I was going complete to the left and late apexing for the understeering corner. Here you can cut more than that.
Oh, that's a slide.
Yeah. Tricky little corner here. May not look it, but just hooking up to get on the power. I used the Porsche here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I used the Porsche here. No, I thought it was phenomenal. I think the Audi's pretty good here. The Lambo can be a little... Well, we haven't got to worry about Lambos here.
A couple of the Vortex Simulations drivers putting in their lap times, they had a bad time of it. Didn't they crash together, I think, last time out?
No comment. Yes.
I think they were 31st and 32nd, and managed to hit each other. So that was not a good moment for them.
Hello, Steve Robini in chat. And yeah, Delaval giving some love to Cook, saying he's his #1 fan. It's a shame we won't be competing with Vega tonight. Yeah, we agree. It's a shame. I'd imagine Cook's going to find a nice warm place in his bin for the VR headset.
Yeah. He did say, I think he came for an interview last week, didn't he? Post-race, even though you went out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the thing that I remember from that, it was him saying, I need to save a bit of cash so I can buy triples. And I think it will be well deserved. Just hope he can win the ARMS next season, perhaps. Thomas Avanzini starting his lap. He's one of the first Pro-Am drivers to start a lap. His teammates as well for ADX Simsport also starting out. I think ADX are safe in... No, they're 3rd place now in the championship. They've been overtaken by Delachaz. Actually quite a close fight between ADX Sim Racing and Racing Lab Esports for 3rd place in the team's championship. So basically, ADX needs to do well tonight in order to get that 3rd in the championship, if they care about that.
I am petitioning for Cook to be in Pro-Am, 100%. He would have, I think he would have twice the fun.
Isn't that mean? Because then he can't win the AM championship.
No, because he'd win the Pro-Am.
Second in the Pro-Ams, though, and then we're like, well, you're pro now.
No, you can't put him in Pro at his iRating.
Yeah, but his iRating's low, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah,
I think for him it would be more rewarding of the things he would learn in Pro-Am, because in AM it was just him and Agard, right?
Nikolai Agard saying Cook to Pro-Am. I think, well, Nikolai obviously is going to Pro-Am. There's no doubt about that.
Livingston said, no, pros. Jonathan Cook saying, can I get from road to ARMS? Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. If you want to get... Honestly, that's the way it works in terms of classes. If you want to go up a class, sure, go for it.
Zach in chat asking how good is rugby league. That's a rather random question, Zach.
He was saying something about that in his interview last week, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe.
I think it's not something that I understand. But I thought he was meant to be into Aussie rules or something. But
rugby's that game with the really weird shaped football, isn't it?
Yeah. Hooper is now to the top of the
very
standings.
Close, 11,000ths.
Avanzini, Ubertali, and Del Piccolo also with strong times. Remember, Del Piccolo needs to beat Hooper by about 10 positions tonight in order to win the Pro-Am Championship. At the moment, he's far, far from that.
Yeah, it is a big ask. I mean, Hooper's got to beat... Did you say Hooper's got to beat Avanzini? Sorry, what's the... Who? No,
Sorry, Del Piccolo needs to beat Hooper.
Right. So he just needs Hooper to crash. That's the ultimate aim. How many points does he need? What's the minimum position he can finish if the Hooper scores nothing?
I mean, don't ask me questions like that because now I've got
I mean, if you didn't prepare, you didn't prepare. It's fine, just say you didn't prepare.
No, because I've got to calculate the drop scores in that
situation.
situation.
Right, of course, yeah.
And I'm not... That's what people forget. People are like, oh, it's 20 points, so it's 20 points. No. It's 20 points, which means something else because there's drop scores.
I actually figured all the drop scores had been done, but I didn't realise.
No, they are applied. This is what you don't understand.
I'm sorry.
If they do badly, then the drop scores which are applied start counting.
Kicking in, of course, just
so
because they've been...
Even if you get 0 points tonight, you'll still get 58 points tonight because one of your scores which isn't currently counting will start to count.
There you go. We should put like a really confusing AWS graphic up to explain that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you think how I explain it is confusing. Imagine if AWS explained it.
Oh, yeah. Nothing like $1 billion cloud company showing the most confusing and irrelevant overlay I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very close for the top 4. Yeah, top 4. Then there's a bit of a gap. But Del Piccolo's heading back out. What do you think the pro times? I can't remember lap times for the life of me. It was.
I'll go for pole position 28-0.
And who? Or are you not going to say who?
Ooh, I'll go left field. I'll go your tortoise.
I'm going to scroll up and down and look
He's
for...
driving the Porsche, and you said the Porsche was good.
That's what I'm looking for as a Porsche. I'm going to go Tofts.
Okay.
I think it'll be a Porsche. The Porsche just, at this corner here alone, is just worth that little bit extra. But then again, I do think the Audi can be strong here. I did enjoy using the Audi. I just don't drive it that much.
Personal best first sector on this lap for Hooper, but it's not a very good second and third sectors. We wait to see what the fourth sector is like. I'm not sure if this is going to be an improvement. Still pushing to the line, to be fair. But it was just short. I mean, not bad. He was 700ths of a second off his fastest time, so really consistent lap times there for him. I think that was Van Horn going up into 9th position as well. Hutchinson approaching the line. He just needs a little bit of time to get up a couple of places, but he can't find it. Maybe that was an outlap, to be fair. I think he's now starting another push-up.
Jonathan Cook in chat says, and I have a new team for next season, so the VR will be back stronger than ever, and if it ever disconnects again, it will be found on the M11. So there you go. You heard it here first. If you're looking for a headset that might be a little scratched and disconnects at least twice a week, let's see. Ilya Relatini with a nice improvement, 29.1. It's quite tight at the top.
Del Piccolo's gone for another fast lap here, but not improving in these sectors. Really doesn't seem like Andrea necessarily has the pace to take it to Hooper tonight for the championship. Yeah, he's given up on this lap as Del Piccolo. Maybe gonna warm up for another one. Rattiani on an outlap. Ubertali, good first sector for Ubertali. It's about half a tenth down on Hooper's first sector.
He's looking strong. So you follow him through. You can do a late first gear here if you need to get that nose round. Tricky corner to keep the traction, keep the speed up. You can lob it over the curb here on entry. Go all the way to the gravel. Tricky corner here to eyeball it because you really want to get that throttle down early. Let's see what Ubertali does in these next two corners.
I mean, these corners are just fiddly, I find. Like,
Yeah.
they're so, like, just patience corners.
See, here you go. He's staying left and he opens it up. Yeah, this is more what I was doing. I saw plenty of people in the race do the complete opposite.
Sure. This is good for Ubertali. I think this could well be good enough for P3 on the grid because he set a couple of personal best sectors on this lap. I think this might gain him about a tenth of a second and get ahead of Avanzini. Here he comes. No, he went slower by 400ths of a second. So Ubertali remains in 4th place. He just did not, he was not able to deliver in those final two sectors.
Yeah, agreed.
By the way, of course, if you're a fan of GT3 racing, there is something a little bit different available to all of you, because you can sign up to the Apex Racing League ACC Championship, or Challenge, sorry.
Wonder where he's going with that.
Yeah.
Yes, the ACC Championship. That's going to be epic.
Yeah, that starts on Tuesday, so go over to apexracingleague.com in order to register. Free entry. So sign up, give it a go.
And this will
All
be
base content.
be taking part in the first Apex Racing ACC
Yeah.
League. Like you'll always be remembered as one of the OGs.
Our first ever broadcast as well on the channel
Correct.
of ACC. So yeah, give it a go. Tuesday nights. And like I said, free entry. You got nothing to lose. Just jump in.
Oh yeah, Livingston mentioned about your tortoise's disconnect as well. Completely forgot about that. That was from the win as well.
Yeah. What was that? That happened twice, right? Oh, it happened once from the lead. It happened from second at Magello and from the lead back at Aragon.
Unbelievable, yeah. I don't know how... I don't give equipment second chance. Everything has one chance.
Ubertali has just improved, but remains in P4.
It's very tight. This is all very, very tight. And there's not many corners. Maximising everything. You can be faster in the first 3 sectors, and it's just the smallest thing. Like traction off that corner. May not look like much, but just putting down the right amount of power. Especially here, all about getting on that throttle. And let's see what line Hooper takes. Is he going to brake nice and early, check up nice and tight and hug it? He does. He opens it up a little bit. I know he's... he was a little bit in between. He sort of middled it. Right, let's see if he goes completely half on the curb. He does. Very nice. Late throttle by the sounds of it, though. Turns in a little too early, I think.
Not a very good lap this for Hooper. No personal bests in the first 3 sectors. I think he's going to be a couple of tenths short on his best lap so far. And he crosses the line. You know what? He was only 400ths of a second off. So he set...
Yeah, so we were right. It was much slower.
Yeah, much slower.
Yep.
Well, he set 3:28.6s in that session, did Hooper? Really consistent.
Yep. Oh, Zach's flaunting the new team match.
A former race winner already in this series, Zach. I honestly must say, I cannot recall which round it was. It was back at Spa, of course.
Yeah, that was a good race because he had Toffs and Porter coming together. It was a really three-way battle.
Bokler was in it for a bit until he spun on pit exit. He also won at Watkins Glen as well, when the Racing Lab esports drivers had issues.
Right, yeah.
Chris van der Nesse, winner last time out, and pole sitter last time out as well.
It's a cool looking setup he's got there.
I mean, we do say this every week.
Oh, do we? Okay.
The comment last week, I think, was how small he looks in comparison to the rig.
I mean, yeah, it does look like
because
triple...
we think it's like a fisheye.
Triple 200-inch screens, doesn't it? But yeah, I think it's fisheye. Or he's got really, really, really big hands and a small head.
No gloves.
No.
How is this lap looking for him? He's looking good. White's looking good. White's looking very good. Bokler's looking all right as well. Gonna be some quick time coming.
Tortoise for pole.
Tortoise for now on pole position. Puozzi in 8th.
Bokler 4th. Toffs to 2nd. Still quite a gap though. 3 tenths. Tortoise has got it by at the moment. Van der Nesse 2nd also. Again, 2 tenths off the lead.
Porter also crossing the line, goes to 4th.
So your Tortoise, the tail half of this season, he's been rapid.
Yeah.
First half of the season, he wasn't in the shot with the Italians and Bokler and Toffs and Zach. You know, there was always these 6 or 7 people, but now your Tortoise, the second half of the season, has been actually fine. Although I am seeing Porsche 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
There's a reason I drove it that week. It's just agile. I think that's the key around this track. But the Audi is equally as agile.
I think Zach off-tracked this lap. It was looking really good. Maybe not quite your Tortoise pace, but I think it would have been P2. But yeah, I think he off-tracked. So that is why he's not being posted on there. Also, Sam Paoli yet to put in a lap time, and Alessandro Torchio, albeit I think Torchio is going to amend that right now. Where does he go? 13th.
So Hooper's lap's holding up well, P5 at the moment.
This is a good lap from Puozzi. Watch out for this one. This might be 3rd row of the grid, I think. Going to be around A-guard.
P2.
Oh, P2. Even better.
Zach White to P5. Jacob Toffs to 2nd. Yeah, we've had lots of change of 2nd, but your Tortoise is the first lap of the pros has held that number 1 spot for a while now.
Yeah, and he only did 1 lap as well, and then went straight back to the pits.
Yeah, that's it. He's got out of the car, ordered a coffee, and was like, yeah, match that.
Porter's just gone to 4th as well. And many of the drivers just on their outlaps now and getting ready for another push. Another shout out to another series that's starting, by the way, the Apex Racing Academy. Porsche Cup is launching in a couple of weeks' time. It's going to be one of our studio broadcasts on a Friday night. And you can register to that again on apexracingleague.com. Following the Porsche Cup official series, it is a 12-round series, and really is, I think, probably the best Porsche Cup league on an iRacing. I would argue.
I'd say it's better than PES as well.
I mean, I would genuinely say it's more entertaining than PES. We have a very good format of the rallycross
Tokyo
formats.
12. Yeah, great.
With the 2 heats, the B final and the A final. So a lot of fun to take part. Very good crop of drivers as well. Season 9 was very well spirited. So sign up to Season 10 by going to apexracingleague.com. That is on Friday nights at 20 GMT. It's taking this slot on the channel.
Wait, I'm going to be covering Porsche Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. I'm excited for that.
It is actually the best series to cover, I think. I mean, this is very good, but yeah, honestly, that format.
Yeah.
Pesca, to be fair, this weekend, they are dipping into the rallycross format. And I'm not sure if they've got it quite right because it's 3 lap races at Watkins Glen shorts. But, you know, they've got the right idea at least.
Yeah, I've got that tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to the reverse full grid.
No.
I'm tempted to just have a coffee instead of qualify, have a coffee instead of the first race, and then start first. I'm honestly, just grab those 25 points.
I think of all the races, actually first is probably the worst.
Yeah, I think I can defend it. Inside, 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 inside. That's lap 1. Inside, 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 inside. That's lap 2.
Carousel is OP on the outside.
I know, but
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
but if you scream netcode each time,
Sure, yeah.
no, you turn after the nudge. You brake straight. When you feel the little door touch their door, you turn right.
Sure.
I mean, you've left them space. There's plenty more space. They're about to find out.
Has anyone got any penalties in that series yet?
No.
No, there you go. Pressure how far you can go.
Yeah.
You taught us on, I think this is an outlap. This isn't a fast lap for him, so he's just winding it up. And we'll attempt another one. He's got 2 more laps if he wants to go for it. Remember, once they get to 32 minutes, then the session will completely expire.
Robert Van Horn said, if David's covering it, I'll join. Can you race? No, but what I'll do is I'll set a lap that then we can check the time against for Q. So yeah, I'll do that each week.
Sure, yeah, that's good.
So you just be like, yeah, David gets pole, and then we'll see who's P2 for the start, you know? Do it that way. No, I'm really...
To pole
That was my prediction.
by 8 thousandths of a second. And now the pressure is on Harold Tortas. I imagine he's probably seen that. What I would say in Sector 1, Tortas, not a green sector, but still 100th of a second faster than Toffs.
Yeah, these guys
Sector
are looking
2,
very hooked up.
He's 100th slower, but Toffs is going even faster Sector 1. Toffs is going faster and faster.
Oh,
he
yeah,
might
purple.
be able to get into the 28.1s on this next attempt.
Yeah, so I bopped all the cars here and I drove quite a few races and I absolutely loved the Porsche around here. But this is, I say, a tricky lap to hook up.
Oh, man. Well, if your Tortoise keeps up this, he is going to pretty much match Toft's lap. If Tofts keep up his lap, if Tofts has a good 4th sector here, he's gained pole position, no doubt about it. I mean, Tofts is on for 28.0 right now.
I don't remember using first gear like they're using it. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't remember using first gear.
No, it's not an improvement for your Tortoise.
No.
He's going to try to get back, but he hasn't got enough time to do another lap, unfortunately. Does Tofts go even faster? He's still got a couple more corners to go, Tofts. It wasn't a great 3rd sector for Tofts.
Wait, is it 32 minutes or 30 they got?
32 minutes.
Yeah, he can get out. He can do an out lap quickly.
I think
Yeah, minute 20.
he's got to complete his flying lap as well.
32 is the cut-off.
Yeah.
Of course. Sorry.
Does Tofts improve? He does. Look at that.
Oh.
He did get into the 0. So it wasn't a great 3rd and 4th sectors, but his first 2 sectors were electric.
And who did you predict for pole?
Your Tortoise.
I got you.
Well, yeah, now I'm just hoping that you're going to be wrong. I mean, I can't be right. Your Tortoise has gone back out on track, but he's not going to make it round. Port's up to 3rd place, but a long way off. Well, sort of. I mean, he's 3/10 off. That's a bit harsh, but, like, that's just a very good lap for Tortoise.
Just noticed Van Helden and Van Horn, 22-21. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be confusing.
Easy to commentate that.
Both Audis as well.
Yeah. What's Torquio on here?
It's all right.
Yeah.
And now we've got 1 minute and 30 to go. So this is everyone's last attempts now. They haven't got time to start another lap and complete it in time. Torquio's just going to pull to the side there. He's not going to improve. What's Zach White doing? Weak lap so far from White. No, this is not going to be improvement for Zach White. Looked really good on that first lap, did White, but just has not been able to deliver since. You might get on the third row here, White, but it's certainly not going to be threatening Toffs and your Tortoise.
Yeah, let's see. Puatti's coming through.
Well, this is an outlap for Puatti. I don't know what he's doing. He's not going to have time to complete this next lap.
Yeah, perhaps he's just getting his eye in for the race. Cassert crosses the line. Oh, Delaval up to 10th. Oh, that's surprisingly low for him. Just realised he's not really been in it.
We sort of saw that last week as well, didn't we? I think he was like 12th. Oh, White's had enough. Well, he set a personal best Sector 3. I think, you know what, his Sector 3 was really good. I think he would have been around Porto and Puatti, but he messed up his final sector.
Shame.
And that is everyone, because Puatti won't be able to complete his last lap. So he's still the only one cycling out there, but he's going to be disappointed in a moment. So yeah, that is the grid, and the Porsches have delivered. Porsche 1-2.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that all day long, which goes to show how much an animal Porter is in that Ferrari. Can't have been the easiest lap to get in that car. And then obviously it's open setup here, so maybe there's some, you know, light and loosen up the rear and everything. And he is 7.2k for a reason, let's not forget.
So Jacob Toffs comes back to the pole position. It's been such a bipolar season for Toffs, with 2 race wins already in these 60-minute races. He also got a 2nd place last time out, but the other rounds, he's really been nowhere. But he's certainly somewhere tonight. He's on pole position. The Tortoise lines up in 2nd place. Then it's Porter looking to put a good finish to his championship winning season. Puatti lines up in 4th. Then it's Van der Nesse. Boakler, good to see him back up there in 6th place, even though the BMW may not be the best for this track. White lines up in 7th. Hooper, who needs a solid result tonight in order to win the Pro-Am Championship. He lines up in 8th. Then it's Nikolai Agard. Delaval lines up in 10th. Then it's Caserta. Avanzini in 12th. Tokyo, Ubertali, Graman. Watch out for him. Graman's qualifying. We went on about it last time, but geez, he really needs to up it. Del Piccolo down in 16th place. Got a lot of work to do. Needs to beat Hooper. In reality, he needs Hooper to crash. Sampaoli lines up in 17th. Then it's Battiani, Hutchinson, Van Helden, Van Horn, Semenov, Fowler, Schwab, Hancocks, Hedgecock, Luritzen, and Delat, rounding out our 28 cars. And you think when we started, I would have probably butchered half of those names at the start of the season, yet
I imagine
round 12, we here.
Still are butchering them. It's just we've become confident that's what they're called.
Don't tell me that. I
Yeah,
think I've done
sorry,
a good
mate.
job there.
No, I've had half of these people jump into my streams and mention the weirdest things that we call people.
No, we've got it. Oh man, I thought
Sorry,
you
buddy.
really knocked my self-esteem.
Confidence. You're selling it because everyone who's listening believes
Sure.
that is now what they're called.
Yeah, I guess.
So I wouldn't worry about it. Full outlap here by the looks of the grid position.
Yeah. No, I think that's on the after the Piper.
Oh.
That's what it's called.
Oh, okay. Looks super.
No choice around this track. It's one of these tracks where...
Of course, that makes sense in iRacing terms. You're short track, short grid, long track, like, you know, Road America.
Road America, you want to do the whole thing.
You want to do
right?
the full,
Yeah.
the full
Or
experience.
Mugello, you know?
Yeah, Mugello,
You
yeah.
want to do the full thing. But no, you haven't got too long to wait.
So it's a tricky 2-1 T2, right? Because obviously the first corner's the right, the second corner's the left. So if you can hang it round the outside, which is more than possible, you can scoop up that. So we're going to see the left lane have a lot of potential into 2.
Definitely. And let's see what sort of launch Porter can get. Overtaking on this lap is going to be very important. It's not going to be easy for the rest of the race. So Toss with control of the field. And there's a little bit of a check-up in the background. Hopefully everyone's all right. But now Toss puts his foot down and we are away racing for 60 more minutes to round out the Season 7 of the GT3 trophy. It's not a great start for Porter. He will remain in 3rd place, wasn't able to get the jump on your Tortoise. And Vantanese actually being able to get underneath Puatti as they head into turn 2. I think trying to come back there, Puatti, and he has been able to retake that 4th place. Great start for Michael Hooper, who's already got past Zach White.
Yeah, see Mark Hutchinson up 3. The only real drop I'd say is Ubertali down 3.
Boakler here.
Yeah. No, he's not going to have the traction on the outside. So let's see how many hairpin sends we see. Draft isn't super effective here. Oh. He's flashing like, come on. This isn't Formula 1. Boatler having a look around the outside. This is what I meant. If you can keep the traction all the way out, it's a left-hander on the next, and Boatler's going to show, no, just not enough there.
Just ran a little bit wide, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the easiest move to pull off, but it is doable. As we're seeing lots of these on the inside gets done, and then into the next corner, there's nothing you can do to defend this.
Very much an opportunity at a mugging heading into the left. Everyone sort of brigs a bit early.
Van Horn looking like he pulled it off.
Yeah.
But the problem is you've got to get it done now. Otherwise, you lose the advantage. And he does.
Yeah.
It checked up in front, which probably hurt. Toff's looking good, though. 8/10 already.
A little bit of grass dip or gravel dipping. You see that all the time. Used to be a sand pit on the exit of that final corner. I don't think it's quite the same now, seeing that gravel's so much more penalising. But still expect to see a bit of a sand pit by the end. And everyone seemingly has got away quite well. Hedgecock now in 28th and last, but even he's only 12 seconds off the lead. Yeah,
the only mover that's either up or down 3 is Van Helden, down 3. Everyone else, minimum, maximum, up and down 1 or 2 positions. So yeah, probably the cleanest race start, I would say. Well, 28 drivers, it's very impressive. But we're going to start seeing people pick off each other and see if they can all get through okay. Tricky corner, this exit here. It's actually quite hard to judge your runoff compared to the guy behind or in front. You only notice it till sort of halfway down the straight, how effective it's going to be. And as they dive in the inside, it's so easy to defend because you just open up the wheel, open up your throttle a bit, track out, then you've got the next double left-handers. So yeah, it's not the easiest move. Ooh, as we're seeing Zach following Delaval very closely there. But again, you can just park the bus at the apex, as Delaval is doing, and there's nowhere you can go. Yeah,
I'm not sure where Delaval overtook. Did he overtake earlier on in this lap? I think maybe sector 1 of this lap, Delaval got past because Zach, of course, started ahead of Delaval and Hooper, lost to Hooper on turn 1, lap 1, and he's lost out on this lap to Delaval. So not a good day for Zach at the moment.
Yeah, and it's tricky to pass, as you know. Delaval's not an easy person to overtake, unfortunately. So we're following on board with Zach. Let's look at some of these lines. I like this track. I do think it's...
I don't think anyone hates this track.
It's just a shame it has this stigma that only Mazdas should race here. But the last sector, I agree, can be a bit tight and twisty, but you could say that about Fuji, and that's a huge track.
This is better than Fuji.
Yeah.
I'd rather do 1,000 laps here than 1,000 laps at Fuji.
Yeah, I've done 2 3 hours here at Okayama. A long time ago, mind you.
Oh dear, I think there's a bit of damage on that Absolute Motorsport 8th car of Caserta because he's just lost 3 places and you can see his splitzer is harmed. I did see him go off the track, I believe, earlier on this lap, so I wonder if he's like hit the gravel or something and it's messed up the aero on that car, but he really seems to be struggling now.
Yeah, maybe as we've got Toffs out of draft, 1.3 seconds. He's feeling super confident. I imagine we will be dealing with lappers though. We're seeing a 15-second deficit already. I think fast forward, say 40 minutes, we're going to start seeing lappers to deal with.
Well, at the moment, the pace difference between the fastest and the slowest drivers is 2.6 seconds a lap. I say that, so I was about to do some maths there. But
Thompson in chat, I'd argue that Fuji is the worst track on iRacing. Well, actually, the worst track, period. I wasn't a fan when I went into the 10-hour, and I wasn't a fan during the 10-hour. After the 10-hour, went back there, actually on Le Mans Ultimate.
Oh, but that's biased. That's not a proper experiment.
And I know, but
that's not peer-reviewed.
Yeah,
like, that's
it is a super technical track that is brutal on tyres, so I can definitely get the hate. And the last sector isn't really good for racing. But I think because I learned finally how to cut the last corner and finally how to take some of those high-speed corners, I started to... Well, look, we know...
No, the high-speed corners are fine. 100 are great corner.
Yeah.
But it's just that final sector is awful.
Oh, it is.
You know, if it was the old Fuji, and the old Fuji used to be insane. One of the most insane circuits. Imagine heading down to turn 1, but rather than that hairpin, you got like Daytona, turn 1 and 2. but a right-hander. It used to be banked corner because they ran out of money to make it an oval. They had to turn half it into a road course.
Go on, Karen, sorry.
Well, yeah, that was pretty much it. And yeah, it was an absolutely insane circuit.
So we were excited to get Zandvoort the update and get the banked corner.
Yeah.
Zandvoort was always one of my strongest tracks in iRacing. And you know what? I still haven't got to grips with. I can't seem to get the banked corner right. I'm about 2,000 iRating down because of one corner. Not in iRating, I mean in skill level at that track.
Sure.
I see 3Ks. I see what they're doing, but when I come to it, my brain just makes like Windows shutdown noises.
You gotta be committed, I guess, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
Because
just
you've gotta run it
strange. I don't know.
fast.
Yeah, it's not something I'm used to dealing with, and doesn't feel right through my hands. I'm always correcting or misjudging or not knowing when to put the throttle down. In the race, I'm usually over-slowing and then compensating with the throttle.
Sure.
Hello, Paul in chat.
We've got some replays of the race start.
So, Zach was like lap 2 or 3. Yeah, everyone got through pretty cleanly. We saw only minor shuffling around. We did see a lot of 2 wides.
So did Delaval... Oh, maybe he got past as well on that one, to be fair.
Oh,
Yeah, good move.
yeah, it was. Zach probably thought he could hold it around the outside, but obviously something, maybe a traction loss, let's see. Oh, he just got it. Wow, it was done very early.
Ah. Wow. Oh, okay, so it was actually the car ahead of Caserta who went off the track. And then I was wondering, like, the gravel really shouldn't be causing you nose damage. And it wasn't. He went into the back of the other car.
From that amount of contact, Caserta's down 10. No, Caserta's out now. So he was down 10, but he's just boxed for a fast spare.
Yeah.
He isn't going to make... I mean, I pitted on lap 4.
No, you won't make it from it. No chance.
No.
You might get like 42 minutes out of a tank, but you're not going over 50.
But yeah, I tested this because I wanted to know, because this is a track like that. I tested no stop in VRS and it worked, but no matter how hard I tried, I could not come in under the pit stop time.
Sure.
I was about 11 seconds. 11 seconds. Yeah, it's Okayama, for God's sake. So I was never going to be clawing back 11 odd seconds. Actually, I think it was a little bit more.
By the way, whilst we were watching that replay, a really nice move from, I think it was Carlos Sampaoli to get past Mark Hutchinson.
Yeah.
And pulled that off really nicely. So yeah, good effort there. And Sampaoli and Van Horn moving up into 16th and 17th places respectively.
And Zach's back ahead of Delaval. I don't know if we saw that.
Yeah. Maybe we did.
Top 6 in the order they started. Gremain's up 3. Who'd have known? He's got to be him and Boakler have got to be the people that move up most in the race.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, hello Paul, King Sim, how you been, mate? I hope you've been well. Would argue that Kota and GT3 is the worst. I also get the Kota hate as well. I don't hate it, but again, it's like Fuji. It took me a very long time to stop hating. Very long time. It's so easy to be slow at Kota. It's so easy to burn up the tyres. It's so easy to get the off tracks.
Yeah.
The weird thing about Kota is you come into a couple of the corners and it's the widest straight, the widest corner you've ever seen, and then on exit you get an off track and your brain's like,
Sure.
what's happened? How did this end up like this? So I can get it. But Kota, funny story, is what made me when you get paid, you become a professional. So
Sure.
I earned money from Kota. I became a professional that day.
Yeah?
Yep.
What,
F3.
because of... Oh, okay. Was it participation bonus?
No, sir. You paired up against IRL opponent. Mine was TK, and I happened to beat him that race.
Okay, yeah.
Earned money. So yeah, I became a professional. Wasn't a lot of money, mind you. It's not Formula 1 money, you know. Hello, Thomas. Hope you're well. But no, I can get the hate for Fuji, Kota. I mean, hell, Silverstone isn't the most popular track out there.
No, very ungrippy.
And it's because, all
And
these
too
tracks,
wide.
burn tyres, ungrippy, easy
that's
off
what
tracks.
makes this good. Like, it's narrow. I like the narrow tracks.
I like narrow tracks, but when I'm streaming them, no, people do not approve. Bulldoze it, you hear all the comments. I've done 3 hours of Tsukuba before. In the Z4.
I did 4 hours of Tsukuba on Gran Turismo 5. There used to be a challenge where you had to do a 4-hour master race in order to like complete level 32 or something. And yeah, that was one of the worst races I've done. Even as a 10-year-old, an excited, enthusiastic 10-year-old, it was straining my enthusiasm.
People find it very hard. They're all getting very distant from each other. The packs out there we've got really are second through to... Oh no, I suppose there's only Hooper and Remain only if a little bit off. We do have quite the pack from second to 14th. It's very minor actually. But Hooper does look to be losing Remember Buckler a little bit. I think pit stops are going to be crucial. We haven't even talked about that, how crucial it is here. It's very easy to fuel save here, as I mentioned, especially if you're following a train. Very, very easy. It's very understeery. It's very easy to follow, so yeah, very easy to save here. Let's say I think I mentioned before the stream, but most of my races went well, but one of them I was taking out in the hairpin lap 1.
Oh, here we go.
Van Horn holding a very...
Right to the inside, and somehow they haven't collided there. And I don't think either of them are going to lose a position, but that was some aggressive defending there from Van Horn, who got past Hutchinson a few laps ago, and Hutchinson tried to get back, but I mean, I think that was just about fair, but all the way to the limit.
I'm biased, so I cannot say. No, yeah, I mean, Van Horn really, really defended that. I actually thought they were going to contact.
And of course, blocking, like, it's difficult to define blocking. Like, what's blocking and what's defending? I mean, I would say blocking is when you're moving in reaction to someone. If someone's moving to your inside and you're following them to the inside of the track, then that's blocking. Defending is when you move across before they do. I'm not entirely sure which side of the coin that one fell, honestly.
Yeah, I would unbiasedly say that was squeezing, not blocking, because it was clear what Robert was doing, but they, yeah, so yeah, I'd say squeezing, excessive squeezing.
That's not far away from context either, actually. That was Rattiani coming very close to Hutchinson through some of the slower speed corners on the track. This gap is just slightly increasing. I feel like, and we saw this sort of in qualifying as well with some of the consistent times, the guys are just putting in consistent lap after consistent lap. It's quite a monotonous circuit, one could argue. Like, it's not like a thrilling circuit. And the drivers are just putting in the times and are very consistent
Rematch
at the moment. Hutchinson seems to have a really good launch out of that final corner, doesn't he? Like, turn 1 is not a place you usually see overtakes, but that is where Hutchinson's fast, and he might be fast as well, heading into the long right-hander very, very soon, but I think he's going to be clear even before they reach it, and Hutchinson is back up into 17th place. He had to work hard for it, but now he's overshot it, and he's going to lose it against Van Horn.
Yeah, the outside there is so low grip, but yeah, Robert's about to learn that the outside can be held. If Hutchinson commits here, hopefully we get to see it. Not hopefully, because, you know, the other car's got a Samsung logo on, but you'll see what I was mentioning. No, yeah, there's not enough grip out there at the moment. He's going to have problems with Rattiani after the second left here as well. Hutchinson's really overheating those tyres as well.
I wonder if Hutchinson's got...
Oh,
that's a lot of that car missing. Who is that?
No, he's still defending.
I mean, he may not know, Hancock's.
Oh, he knows. Yeah, yeah. Oh, and I think I know who might have caused it. I'm just guessing Delat might have been involved in this front car removal. Oh, yeah. No, maybe not. Delat's flashing. There's no love lost there. I mean, we don't know if the damage might have caused him to squirm into him. It may not have been as malicious as it looked.
They want to get to... Well, you know what? You could probably pit now, and you'd be very close again to the end of the race.
Yeah, but look how the I can't get my word out. The grid's separated by 30 seconds. To pit early, and so at the moment, imagine you're driving behind someone close to your level, and you're putting on pretty much your lap times over and over again. If you come out behind 6 AMs who are 7/10 a lap down, you are going to lose a ridiculous... And passing's so tricky here. You're going to lose so much time.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait, what did you say? We'll get that
No,
clipped.
no.
We'll get that clipped.
No, you make a good point in terms of the undercut, at least for the front guys, is worth it. Here comes the move. That is how you make a move at Okayama. That is very nicely done there from Zach White. Hooper fought it a bit, but White, I mean, he was alongside before the corner. He made the apex. I think that is probably the best move we'll see tonight.
I mean, there was a gap.
But and that's where you get it done. You don't get it done at turn 1 most of the time because it's not a big enough breaking zone. But that was a mugging right there. I mean, that's something that you'd almost see in MotoGP. You just send it, block the apex, and the opponent can't do anything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've had thousands of battles with Zach, and yeah, he's fast, opportunistic.
Ah, here we go. Why? I don't know what Van Horn's doing in that final corner. He is, I don't know, clipping the gravel every time, but that's again a move for Hutchinson, and he's up into 17th place, and he'll be hoping that he doesn't send it deep into one of these next few corners and gives it up again.
Yeah, I think Van Horn's running the corner deep as well, rather than picking up the throttle. But let's see, the Audi definitely has superior traction here off the corner. Let's see.
Gains a little bit, doesn't he? I
Yeah.
don't think the draft is going to be strong enough on the back straight. He's going to have to set. No, he just he backs out of it. He's
Yeah,
lifting
maybe.
a little bit.
Maybe a bit of fuel saving, yeah. That's a gorgeous looking orange logo on the car behind.
It is a nice logo. I am a fan of yours.
That's 2 compliments, sir. I don't know what happens at 3.
You're acting as though I'm not a nice
No, I'm
person.
playing, I'm
And,
playing.
like, I am actually, I think. But again, you're really hurting my self-esteem tonight.
I apologise. Following Porter in 3rd, but as I say, the top 7. Well, because Zach's now ahead. Oh, Delaval ahead of Hooper.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait,
no,
is Hooper dropping?
he's all right. He's all right. But that is one of our championship contenders. Remember, Hooper. He needs a decent round.
Yeah, the top 7 are now in their quality order because Zach's got past Delaval and Hooper over time. Has some more replays coming in.
Ah, so this was this good fight between Hutchinson and Van Horn. This is how Van Horn got past in the first place.
Yeah, let's see this. Nice and committed around the outside. Not easy. Does Robert go around the outside here? Oof.
So that was the one time that Robert actually got a good exit from the final corner, and he got past.
He did.
Lovely move. Lovely move.
Actually, there, yeah. Okay, I see that completely differently now. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely mugged.
I mean, what I would say, Zach's a little bit cheeky getting on the power that early. He sort of squeezed him out, but like in terms of the entry, very nice.
Oh, this is the...
You know what? I think that may have been blocking. He's... no.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say blocking. You didn't leave enough space. Like, he did not leave...
But does he need to leave space there? Because
Well, they hadn't
he's
turned.
ahead.
No, but they hadn't turned.
No, but you don't need to leave a car's width on the inside of a
True.
car's not alongside you.
True. Oh, so there were 2 different moves.
Oh, sorry.
So this is the one I remember.
So who was the one before?
Yeah, Delaval.
Delaval. Oh, okay, so yeah, Van Horn messed up again. That's how Hutchinson got past. Okay, that second one for White, that was clean. There's no doubt about that. He kept
Yeah,
that
but that's
tight.
the one I remember
Yeah,
thinking, oh, I want to look at that again. But that's saw it again on when it was the first car. And I thought, oh no, it's clean as hell.
Yeah, but yeah, Del Piccolo, that was tight, but yeah, absolutely no problems from White.
Tokyo eyeing up Del Piccolo here.
Yeah, Del Piccolo can't well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Again, I've said it a few times, he needs to beat Hooper by about 10 places tonight, and he's currently 4 places behind. I don't know if he tries something wacky, pitting early, trying to go for some kind of undercut with
Might as well
like
try
fresh
something,
tyres.
sure, yeah.
I mean, that's what we saw in the prototypes yesterday, again actually for the Pro-Am Championship win, and we had drivers going for early stops in order to mix up the racing, but never really came to fruition.
Anders Myers in chat. Hello there.
Yeah, Anders, hopefully we'll see you back out here at some point. Of course, race winner back at... Didn't win Daytona, did he? He won at Watkins, I think. Watkins race 2.
In race 2, yeah.
Yeah. Controversially. Ooh, that's a slide for Tokyo. Fortunately, he's got a gap to Ubertali behind.
Okay, so Poiti and Porter, they're teammates, right? No, they're not, are they? Poiti and Porter? No. Because they're quite close on track
No,
to
they
each
are
other.
teammates, I think.
Are they? So they're not teammates.
Ooh, wow.
I'm on fire.
Well, the first time this season we have teammates next to the drivers, and this is going to take the commentary up to a whole new level.
07 Racing in P4, looking strong.
we need to make up for 11.5 rounds of not mentioning the teams.
Oh dear. What a gap from Toffs, by the way. He doesn't even need to think about what he's going to do through the pit phase. He just needs to not miss his box. And, oh, one thing I've not mentioned. So, pit entry here, very easy to get a black flag. It's a very... The rules are super strict here on the white lines. And not even just trying to cut. You can carry too much and just track out, cross the white line a little bit. And the penalty's longer than the entire pit phase and the fuel combined.
Yep.
So we're going to see that. And not to mention pit exit. It controversially comes out onto the, I mean, almost at the apex on the inside.
Yeah.
So the whole, you know, if you've got 10 cars coming through and you're on pit exit, it can half cause a ruckus. On board with Perotti, following Porter.
By the way, of course, Simon and Anders in chat. Simon, I remember Simon being in Porsche Cup, I'm fairly sure. Anders, I can't remember you being in Porsche Cup, but sign up for it, man. Starts in a couple of weeks' time. Fix AC Academy Porsche Cup.
I might compete on an Xbox controller sat here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. Actually, if all the cars to use a controller on, not the Porsche Cup, no thank you.
Hedgecock's just come into the pits, by the way. That's why Caserta is now on the board. Into 25th.
It'll be interesting to see if he comes out of any fresh air at all.
Well, Hedgecock was already at the back. So he had no one to fall behind. No disrespect to Adam.
Ross Fowler, he went strong last week, if I remember rightly.
I think you're right. So I can look at the points. I think he was P2. Ross Fowler. Yeah, he was P2, behind Agard.
And he drives for Quad Dash Racing, just to let you know there, Sam.
Ross Fowler?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Well, then you want to hope he does.
Oh, okay, maybe he does. on the scoring, he doesn't. He drives for Performance Link. I may have not changed it on the scoring. 2.9 seconds the gap between the leaders, but much smaller here with Fowler still up there.
It is a strange, right? Because Tortoise showed he has nigh on pole pace, and there certainly wasn't 3 seconds in lap.
Well, to be fair, like, Toff's got that 2.4 second lead within the first 3 laps.
Yeah.
And I think in the last 20 minutes, he's only pulled away by about half a second. I mean, very close. But those early laps for Toffs were very strong.
Eric Rousseff in chat, give Toffs a drive-through, hashtag too fast. Yeah, that is, Tortoise may be going for a very, very, very heavy fuel save, but it's not enough for 2.9 seconds. Like, I respect a man who fuel saves.
I love this graph. And this
oh, wow, I
is
love this.
the gap over time. And you can see there.
Yeah, the majority first 4 or 5 laps.
Yeah, and it's just increased the last couple of laps as well.
But yeah, so Tortoise could gain like 1.1 through pit, 1.2, because if Toffs is absolutely gunning it and Tortoise is
round goes Van Helden. That is such a common spin. It's usually the driver on the inside who spins through Revolver rather than the driver on the outside. And Van Helden has to lick his wounds and try to now hold off Marlon Schwab.
Yeah, very tricky corner. You come pummeling off that curb, tracking out really quick. Schwab with the seatbelts, isn't it? They don't seem to be motion activated though. They don't seem to pull on him in high G-forces. I don't notice it under braking anyway. Yeah, rocking the green headset and the green livery and the green seatbelt. I might have to get a seatbelt.
Yeah.
But you can have them pull on you in high downforce situations and all that, and almost acts like an extra bit of motion.
What about a racing suit? Would you ever consider?
Suit.
Yeah, a racing suit.
I sweat, sir.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done an official in years without shorts on. Like, seriously.
Sure. Yeah.
I wear like a, what's the word? Like a athletic top and shorts. I never wear a cotton t-shirt and trousers. No. Even when it's snowing out, I'm AC, fan, shorts, light t-shirt.
Torquay just got past Del Piccolo, by the way. Moved up into 13th place. And also, Schwab is going to get past Simonov.
Yeah, I think it's done, yeah.
I think Simonov, is he a little bit slow at the moment? Or something I feel like has happened to him, because he was clear of these drivers before. Maybe he's just starting to attack. I'm not entirely sure. But here he comes. And this is where we saw the spin on the previous lap. But good space being left by the two drivers this time.
Wow.
And that is good work there from Simonov. Does he run wide? No, he kept it on the curb enough. And Simonov is up into 22nd place.
Very clean race. Apart from Caserta's, and I would say really unfortunate levels of damage from what actually happened.
Yeah.
He gently bumped the car ahead, and he's 14 positions down to the worst of it.
By the way, I would say that Simonov, he was ahead of those drivers. He lost 7 seconds on this lap to Simonov, so he fell behind Schwab and Van Houten, but he's just re-overtaken Schwab.
Eric Rousseff in chat. I'd love to see David live, fully suited up. Don't forget a helmet. Well. Oh my God.
I'll do what people want. Look at Jimmy Broadbent. Look at the stuff that he does on his 24-hour streams.
What? Shave my hair, change its colour, wear suits.
You can wear a race suit.
I suppose everything has a price, but I'd probably pass out after 4 laps.
Yeah.
I'm a human heater. As soon as it green, my body goes up 30, 40 Celsius.
Sure.
No, I mean, I'm better nowadays. I definitely, over the years, I've gotten better at keeping calmer. I still get warm.
When Alejandro Sanchez visited the Sim Center race in the DNLS series, he decided to wear a jumper during his stint, not realizing how warm it would get in the sim room, and was basically, imagine someone in like a jail cell desperately asking to be let out. That was him with the aircon, just begging people to turn on the aircon, and him being told it's on max, like it's as cold as we can get to.
And it does get cold in the sim center. Oh, Robert Van Horn pit in very early. Is it something with the front right of his car? Is that a livery? The front right of his car looks light. It might just be the sunlight. See what I mean? Front.
No, I'm not saying it, sorry.
I think it's just the sunlight, to be honest, where it's reflecting. Yeah, but maybe if you've got a little knock on your car, now would be a good time to pit. Chuck a fast repair on. So Berkeley's...
I mean, is that going to go for the dive again? He's a bit too far back.
And Boakler's has been notoriously good in door-to-door combat. Combat? Might I say that? Combat. That sounds really good. Door-to-door combat all season long. Very impressive. He has been. Just qualifying. Never been. He's just not a good qualifier relative to his paces. Zach Pitts. Ooh, he got really close to the lines.
I think the season finale of Apex Racing League Race that we had a brilliant reaction of. It was Nick Madsen who got a penalty. I think Zach's all right though. He doesn't look disappointed, so I don't think he's got a penalty.
Nah, he's fine.
Does he take tyres? He is taking some tyres. No one's really taken 4 tyres so far. I think everyone's taking 2 or 0.
Oh, Piccolo's getting past Ubertali there a little bit. Yeah, someone's going slow.
That was Delat. He's a lap down.
Oh, wow.
He has pitted to be fair, Delat.
Oh, okay. Well, he did it very nicely. Del Piccolo's had a web camera before. I'm trying to think. No, am I thinking of... I'm probably thinking of Van Den Nesse, actually.
Yeah, Van Den Nesse has a webcam. So yeah, Del Piccolo of course got overtaken by Tokyo a few laps ago. We saw that on live. Tokyo's actually driven away now. Another driver, a little bit like Bokler, who has not always performed in qualifying in Tokyo, but come the race, he is able to come back. I mean, Tokyo right now is faster than everyone ahead of him up to 6th. Like, he's like the 5th fastest driver out on track, and he's done 12th place. This could be a fun second half of the race for Tokyo.
Livingston's asking, is the undercut strong here? Asking for a friend.
If you're a front runner, no.
Well, the problem, it's difficult to say because you're missing out on low fuel running, and around this track that's worth plenty of time because there's not many corners. If you come up behind slower people, then you're in big trouble with this track. But I'm going to say on the general, no, unless you're out of position. If you're out of position and you're 6 positions down from where you should be, and you can pretty much guarantee yourself some fresh air, then 100% it's worth it. Because you can come out, lay down quali pace. And I jumped 19 people in VRS. I got taken out of the hairpin. I boxed on lap 4 or 5. And I was so lucky. I had free air for like 20 laps. And I just laid down the quickest pace I could. And I jumped, I think, 19 positions through pit phase. But again, I was out of position. That's why I had the big gains.
Well, I think it might work out for White because he's now got 10 seconds of clean air. Does that quite? So
yeah, we got other people.
Stop.
If anyone pits in front, like it's.
But the people who pit in front of him were already in front of him.
True.
So you
got to be careful of like Luritz and Schwab. Depends on where they come out on track. I always feel. I'm not sure. I don't know where it puts you out on track here. But they're 50 seconds. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's just one of those tracks you need to be careful. You lose so much time behind someone slower here. And it's tricky to pass them. It takes a lap or 2 to set them up.
Talking of setting up, Porty is setting up Porter here. Famously not teammates, these two drivers. Their names are just similar to one another.
But I think fuel saving's very strong here. Very strong.
Yeah. Yeah, Porty's looking really racy. Got the gap down to 0.2 of a second. This is as small as it's been. These two have been line astern from the green flag. And there really could be a move on here, you feel?
Yeah, I mean, Porty's hunting. Yeah, Porty's looked fast like the last 5. He's been the man, the closest following his rival out there.
Just not quite enough here. The gap actually maintained at 0.2 of a second. It's almost maybe, with that gap not decreasing whatsoever despite the drop, you have to wonder maybe Porter's got a bit more straight line speed. Because there was no threat whatsoever. Dipping you a little bit onto the gravel there.
Yeah, 1x there behind. It's remarkable how much it slows you down now since the last season or so.
It'll be interesting to see how rain affects that. You know, like grass. Really.
What, how it affects grass and gravel?
Yeah, because like the grass should now be totally different. You know, like if it's dry, grass will be not too ungrippy. When it's wet, it should basically not slow you down whatsoever. It should be a nice one. Gravel, not quite sure. Won't quite have the same variability, but fairly similar again.
Yeah. I agree. It's going to be interesting times for a little while.
Of course, we will be discussing all that later on in the late Apex. We'll be on after this broadcast. It's also news of a new sim being announced. I don't think too many people have been talking about it, but casually, only a week and a half after Le Mans Ultimate was released, we got a new sim announced, and it's very much a sim, not just a racing game, it seems. Not too many details, but we will be going through them.
Nice battle here. I just don't think Assert's going to be able to get it done.
Oh, that's when the other driver comes in.
Yep.
I mean, Caserta still needs to pit, remember, as well. And he puts on that 5 of the race.
Oh, Mads is getting really confused where the line is. So I had over 2 races, I'm not going to name names, but 2 different races, 7K drivers doing that.
Yeah.
Yep. Losing a boatload of time.
Tokyo's just got past Grumman, by the way. He's up now to 11th place. He is rapidly fast. I think he's going to get to at least Hooper by the end of this race as Tokyo.
Just trying to remember one of the names.
Oh, you taught us in, by the way. First of the front runners to pit. He will be coming out, I think, around San Pauli. This is risky here from your Tortoise. He is risking coming out in traffic. Yeah, he's going to be around Hutchinson and Rattiani, I think, when he comes out.
Yep, yeah, lots of pit stops now.
Delaval coming in. Now, this will be interesting for Delaval because he was racing White, wasn't he? And White's gone for the undercut. Let's see if White's been able to pull off the undercut successfully.
Yeah, and I think he has. If it's all fresh laps, then yeah. Tortoise 15.7.
Yeah, he's behind
Delaval
Hutchinson and
13.6.
Oh, he might stay ahead of White. No, White has got him. White's just got clear. So that's good strategy there from Zach White. Those outlaps were strong enough to get him the jump.
Not the best stop from your Tortoise, though. Basically 2.1 seconds slower than Delaval. Robert Hand, yeah, I mean, because your Tortoise, we were hoping or assuming that he was just hyper fuel saving to sort of bridge that gap with Toffs, but he may find himself in trouble with Porter. And if he's not super, I mean, I'm going a bit of a stretch here, but even Porty, but I think Porter's going to be closer than your Tortoise would like.
Well, if anything, I'd say Porty maybe is the favourite for second place right now because he's got the fuel saving.
Plus, he's now ahead because Porter's in.
Yep.
Here we go. That's where the braking zone is. Yeah, Toff's definitely slowing the pit. Yeah, I think he could be behind both of them, like you say, or at least on top of Porty. We should say, could fourth be second after the pit stop phase? But Toffs ain't worrying about nothing. He's got fuel and he's got so much time. That said, about soon, like in the next 5-10 minutes, I think we're going to start dealing with lappers out there. Like a lot more, where it becomes a little bit more uncomfortable because it is a very, you know, tight, twisty track. And when people are going slower than you or trying to give you alternate lines, it can get very tricky. And I mentioned pit exit here.
Here we go.
Can create a lot of issues. So this is one reason why the undercut doesn't always work, because the person exiting pit lane has all the advantage in the world just to park it in front of your face.
So your Tortoise, who was in second place, he's lost out to Porter. So Porter effectively in second, depending on what Puozzi does. Puozzi might be able to overcut them all and be able to get that second place, but that is disappointing there for your Tortoise. It was close, and Porter saved 1.8 seconds in pit road, so it wasn't a bad outlap for your Tortoise, but it was all on pit road.
Yeah, I don't even think your Tortoise was earning extra fuel. I think he just made an imprecise pit phase. Something went wrong. Broke too late, broke too early, or missed his pit box, or something happened.
Van Nesse's next.
Oh,
no. Well, I think.
Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi. See look how close Bokler is now.
I think he may have stayed ahead of White and Delaval, but now he's going to be around Hooper, I think, is Van Nesse because of that. I mean, he's thrown away, what, 4 seconds?
Yeah, it's a lot of time. A lot of time. Oh!
That's...
I don't know which line, but that's the kind of thing you do not want to be doing here. Could be in trouble. I'm not sure. I say it is tricky. There's 2 different types of lines. I don't remember which one, but I certainly wouldn't have wanted to do what he did.
Van Nesse with a long stop as well. Where is he? Oh, he's only just behind White. He would have had White. Easily would have had White. But White's done it. And he's ahead.
Yeah. Okay, who are we checking? Hutchinson. Pit. Was it Hutchinson that came in?
Yeah,
no, he's
right.
fine. He's fine. Not the best pit stop, mind you, but he's fine.
Yeah, he'll easily be ahead of Rattiani still. So everyone's pitted apart from the top 3 now.
Yep. Toffs is in. So just Poitiers and Agard who haven't pitted yet. Well, Toffs with a really committed pit road.
Ah, there you go. There's the fuel saving from Puozzi. We sort of knew it because he was running so close behind Porter. He's going absolutely as far as he can.
Yeah, why not? Agard in as well. Wow. Poitiers didn't just have pace. Very impressive show. We could see our new P2 man. He'll be definitely coming this lap.
Toff's just with the 2 tyres, as just like everyone else. Decent stop, not super quick. I mean, fairly quick considering that he was in clean air. He comes out way ahead of Porter and Co.
Yeah, Toff's out. Right, all eyes on Poite. Oh, Agard's in as well. Let's just check his pit stop. Yeah, his pit
So
stop's
he
fine.
was behind Hooper. I think he might lose out to Avanzini here. This is going to be really close. Avanzini now crossing the line.
Nah, it'd be fine.
I mean, as long as he doesn't overshoot turn 1. Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Right, so I assume Poite in any moment now as we follow him in the last couple of corners in this tricky part.
Bad news for Portsy. That last lap for him wasn't very good. He lost 4 tenths to Ports when you tortoise.
4 tenths.
I think he's going to remain in P4 here. I think he'll be close because he's going to have a 12-second pit stop. But I think he'll just miss out, unfortunately. Maybe if he pitted 1 lap earlier,
No,
or 2 laps earlier, he may have had him.
How close is your tortoise to Port? Oh, it is close.
I mean,
Yeah,
if he
maybe he
somehow
did do
ends
this
up in the middle, I'd be impressed.
No, I agree. It can't be middle. I agree. Which leads me to believe he will be our new P2 man. But I agree, he pitted 1 lap too late.
Well, you think Portsy will be?
Correct,
Portsy?
yeah, I do
Oh,
think.
you think Port? Okay.
Remember, you can defend the inside here, so even if it's close, you get a huge advantage. But let's hope his pit stop does need to be 13.7, let's say. Oh,
There goes Tofts.
what? Oh, that's Toffs, right.
Portsy,
14.
13.4.
Oh, this
maybe
is-
he does have him.
Oh, no, he doesn't.
Is he going to split the middle?
He does.
Maybe. He's alongside into into turn 2. Your tortoise
Almost.
is just ahead, but here comes Portsy with
He
an
has split
amazing
them.
run on the outside of turn 2. Gets on the power earlier. He'll have the inside for the long right-hander. And he's found a gap where we didn't think one existed. And he's up to P3.
Yeah, he's got that. Brilliant. But yeah, you're right. That 4 tenths he lost on that last lap cost him a very easy P2 there. I mean, not easy. He earned it, but yeah, just that 1 lap too long.
And his in-lap as well was poor. Like, had he pitted 2 laps earlier, he would have been P2.
Yep. Ah, great. We shouldn't have doubted ourselves. We knew deep down that he should be P3, but when we saw that gap, we was like, no, I mean, at the end of the day, there are two for 1 now.
Well, you said P2. I thought it was going to be P4. So we were right combined.
Unbelievable. But yeah, like I say, pit exit gives you such an... It's almost worth 4 or 5 tenths because... Oh! The Piccolo there with the switchback. This is going to be quite the battle. Yeah, oh, wow.
Wow, Neko gods on their side there.
Yeah, I didn't want to jinx it, but yes.
He's got to cover this. You got to cover it. You got to cover it because that will happen.
Yeah, I agree. Oh!
No, oh, you knew what was going to happen.
Don Piccolo with just exuberant class there. Nah, you'll blow that.
Yeah.
Gavik, if you think you can break later than me, then you're an idiot because you're going to go long.
I mean, he needed to break 1 foot later, and he broke about 20 foot later.
Very stylish from Don Piccolo there. And he's off. But no, brilliant battle from Poitiers and New Tortoise there. Very good. Still going to be close between them. And Porter. The P2 battle is still on to the end.
And of course, Porty has slightly fresher tyres now to the end of the race. There's only 2 tyres which are actually fresher, but might help him a little bit. He wasn't exactly far away from passing Porto earlier on, so maybe that extra little bit of tyre life might be what he needs.
No, it's been a good battle. And Hooper's still in the race, so yeah, Del Piccolo hasn't got a chance. It's Del Piccolo and Hooper, isn't it? Yeah.
There going to be another race win for Hooper, who has been so consistent.
Yeah.
Really since about the 3rd way through the season. This would be his 4th race win of the season in the Prams, but he's also had another 3 second places. So of course 12 rounds, you'll have 7 top 2s in the Prams, which is championship winning form.
Oh, for sure. Toffs has been, when he likes the track, he's almost unstoppable. If he doesn't like the track, he's just a mid-pack.
The races he's won convincingly.
Correct, yeah. Dominant.
Like VAR, he pulled off that amazing pit entry, if you recall.
Yeah.
Where he got past the car who spun ahead of him.
Flew across the grass.
Suzuka, he was about 5 seconds clear by the end. And tonight, it looks like he's going to be 5 seconds clear.
Suzuka, he was so confident with his pace that he took a longer pit stop to rather come out first, come out second, and just absolutely dominate. It wasn't an overtake, it was just a multi-class event. He was just getting past the lapper, and that was peak 2.
Here we go. Gortzi is looking fast. I mean, look at the way that he's dropped
Well,
the tortoise.
I mean, we saw this before the pit stop for Ace Pirati being the faster man compared to Porter. But, I mean...
But Porter seems to have the straight line speed, usually.
Correct, and it's not, you know, Porter's no mug. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy to pass him here. He's going to put that car where it needs to be every corner at the right time. But it does get tiring. It might only look like 15 minutes, but it's a lot of laps for the boys. A lot of laps.
Get to appreciate the landscape here at Okayama when you ride on board from this view, the mountains. That's why Formula One stopped coming here in the mid-90s, because it was an absolute pain to get everything to
The logistics,
the middle of the forest. It's not a good place to have a racetrack this, and that has not helped it to attract world-level motorsport over the years.
Yeah, the game's changed now. Now it's best to just buy yourself a desert, buy yourself an airport,
Oh yeah, build
a
yourself
road.
an island.
Yeah, yeah, that's the new way of doing it. Ooh.
I mean, Porter seemingly took notice of that, didn't he? He sort of hesitated a bit to the apex. That may have worked for Pirati. But this is where he's just not gaining time. It's 0.2 seconds, and he's literally gaining no time on the straight.
This is going to be a very fast pit stop.
Yeah.
This is going to be like 5 seconds long, if I'm not mistaken.
Shouts out, by the way, to one of our sponsors, Apex Racing Academy. Of course, with the new iRacing season getting underway very, very soon. This is a very good time to purchase your Apex Racing Academy subscription. And of course, with rain coming to the sim as well, when it comes to the GTP and the GT3 cars, everyone's going to need some extra help with the setups. And so Apex Racing Academy is a great place to go in order to get that step completed. And it just makes racing a lot more fun when you can immediately load in, have a set that you're competent with, and be able to go racing. So do check out apexracingac.com in order to get yourself a subscription.
Yeah, I mean, I use it all the time. I mean, I'm not trying to plug it here, man. I'm trying to give my driver's perspective,
Sure.
but I like the SDK, the sync software.
Yeah.
It's so good, unfortunately, I don't even tell people enough, because it's always there in the background. I take it for granted.
Yeah.
I joined some random IndyCar race.
Oh, watch out for this, sorry. Oh, that's cheeky. That is...
It's enough to get him offline now. Yeah, it's enough. But this is what I mean. Can Porter hold the outside? It is possible. We haven't really seen it today.
You might be able to... I mean, look at the straight line speed. He's got so much better straight line speed. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you mean in terms of it going offline, but like there is a rule in the series where if you force another driver to take evasive action...
At a force. He didn't force him. He intimidated him.
I would say if he turned into that corner normally, he would have made contact.
Well,
so I would
we'll
say
have to
he's
get
forced him to...
We need Sky in the eye to look at that.
I mean, in the end, there was no overtake, so it doesn't matter too much, but I don't think that would be...
I think he
counted as a
intimidated
legit
him
move.
off the line.
So if I dive bomb you and force you to turn out of the corner...
If you never got there, like if you just made it look like if I...
No, but he got alongside there. He would have made contact if he didn't turn in. If he had turned in, sorry.
I don't know.
I think he'll probably do the same thing again here. You know, if he's a similar distance back, he really likes to send it on the brakes. So good through the corners, is Pirati. Here we go. Yeah, he had to turn out that. That's not a legit move in my mind.
Okay, well, what side of the track was... No, hold on. Yeah, but why is the Ferrari entitled to both sides of the track?
He's entitled to the racing line if he's ahead, but like when they're turning into the corner.
He didn't force him... I don't know. They hadn't turned yet, so I find it a bit Minority Report. I don't know. He didn't dive bomb him. It was intimidating. I don't know.
Tokyo, by the way, has just got past Avanzini. Avanzini, I think, went off track, and that's why Tokyo got past. But with Tokyo's pace, I think it was going to happen anyway. So Tokyo's up to 11th now, and he could get a guard for 10th by the end. Oh no, what's happening? Well, Avanzini's saying past his teammate Del Piccolo. Maybe for the championship?
Well, yeah, Piccolo's probably thinking, look, if if Hoop has an accident, I need to go get the Porsche ahead. Like, I need to we don't know what the difference is, but yeah, if Hoop has an accident on the last lap, you really want to be scoring as many points as possible to get that championship.
If it ended like this, Hooper would need to finish in about 18th. So he'd need to lose about 25 seconds. So if he's underfueled, then he's in trouble. But he hasn't, because he took more fuel than most.
Yeah.
Another shout out, by the way, to another one of our sponsors, Apex Racing Simulators. And of course, you can check out the Apex Racing Simulator store in order to buy VRS equipment, in order to buy Cube Controls equipment, and to buy Husenfeld engineering equipment as well. If you're looking to get an upgrade for your sim rig, certainly the place to go is apexracingsim.com. So do check it out. Oh, Andrea. He has lost the rear. That is a common mistake at turn 2, at least on cold tyres.
Audi things.
Yeah, and he's lost out to Draman, Ubertali, and the man who let him past on the previous lap, Avanzini. A little bit of traffic now for the second place man to deal with. It's been such a good season for Porter, and yet he would still really like to get this second place, even though in the grand scheme of things it means nothing. But considering that Puozzi has been sat behind him within about half a second every lap bar 2 for this entire race, it would be a very impressive defensive masterclass if he could make it.
You're being asked, if Puozzi's move hadn't have been legit, how come Zach's were fine? Now I assume Sam's saying because Zach got alongside.
And this is by David, which sounds like you've just made an extra account.
That's not me.
Well,
I mean, us Davids do think the same.
Sure.
But no.
So I'm
assuming Zach made it along. That's the difference in Sam's eyes, that Zach.
So Zach was alongside earlier in the corner. He's shots it down the inside, but like he's alongside pretty much when they start turning in, whereas on that last one, he only got alongside pretty much when they're like half a second after they started turning in. In my mind, if you're alongside when they start turning in, it's a fair move.
So, well, yeah, but everyone else in chat is talking about the BMW being like good, which I find.
I don't think I'm not sure if they are.
Well, one says
like,
BMW's
I feel
love.
like it's sarcastic. Someone was saying how
BMW
I feel
trash.
sorry for all the BMW drivers for this round. Here comes some traffic for Porter. Gets past it.
Well, they're handling the traffic very well. But as I did say, at this certain point, like it can get tricky. Even if they're letting you have the line, it can be very tricky.
Might be held up here. Maybe he's all.
Oh, Hutchinson and Ratiani here. And the Porsche pull off the outside. Nobody has kept this outside line all the way, but maybe the Porsche can. No, too far. No.
Oh, he's not far off. There he goes. No, not quite. It just seems like on the exit of that corner, you sort of leave the camber if you're on the outside, and you just lack that hook.
In the officials, it definitely was easier than it seemingly looks here, but not sure.
Oh, this is a good exit really good exit for Puozzi. No, he got on the power earlier, but it didn't really translate into higher speed once they got onto the straight. I can't, come on, centre. Centre. No.
This is going to be a good battle to watch. I say Porter's, that's really good exit, but the bigger problem is that, I mean, Porter's car looks awfully slow here at this track, but it's just so quick in a straight line.
This is a chance. This is a good chance, and Porter knows it. He's gone to the inside. There's a back marker ahead. That was good defense there from Porter. He just tightened up the line enough that it wasn't a possibility for Puozzi. He's going to be held up through the final couple of corners now.
Yeah, this is what I meant boxing early. This is what it can look like boxing early. The difference in pace here between like a faster driver and a slow can cost you a lot of time here.
Just 4 more minutes to go of the season.
Well, that was well worded.
Thank you. it would have been really annoying if I was saying that in round 3. If I was saying, oh,
Yeah.
531 minutes left of the season.
It would have been, yeah. What's the format for Porsche Cup?
Rallycross. So 1 heat, 2 heat, B final, A final.
So we're going to, like, people are watching in one of the heats, so we're going to have a lot of people in chat. That's good.
Yeah, and that's really good. Yeah, I think for the B finals last season, the drivers who already got into the A finals were, basically watching popcorn whilst the B final was going on.
Good. Well, I'll be in the Discord then, just getting everyone in chat so we can all chat about the race that we're watching.
That's a good idea.
They should hold interviews.
We should have like a guest driver who joins us for the B final each round.
Yeah.
Or for each of the races.
For the low fee of £10 a month.
Yeah.
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 Paid directly to the commentators.
I mean, I like this because we could have 4 bonus commentators every round.
Correct.
For someone who isn't in the race.
We welcome them in, we ask them a few questions, then we leave them to commentate the next race. Right, here we go again. Oh no, this is Rettion and Hutchinson, so I assume Hutchinson's letting him by.
He's going to come back. Here we go. This is going to pull. He's going to pull off the move that you were talking about before.
Correct. Especially the poor boat going up against the Porsche. Not a chance. Although.
Oh no, that didn't age well.
Oh no, it didn't age well. No, it's not over. Please save it. Okay. All right, I'm driving the BMW then next season.
Porter's got a little bit away now. The gap's been pretty much 0.2 of a second for the last half an hour coming onto this back straight. And now it's up to 0.3 of a second.
Imagine if this right now was the battle for a championship. The pressure they'd be feeling.
Big if.
Yeah.
Or big imagine.
Yeah, no race series ends like that. That would be brilliant, but...
Yeah, we've had it in a couple of times. I'm trying to think the best. There was one season actually, I think, of prototypes where we were expecting like a teammate to let past their teammate for the championship, and they didn't do it on the last lap. And they said basically afterwards, yeah, if we let him pass, then it wouldn't have been a legit win, so we didn't do it.
He didn't want to win the championship that way. Yeah.
So
no, I get that.
That was one of the closest. I think in the Aussie mixed and fixed series we broadcasted years ago, we had consecutive seasons. I think it came down to the last lap as well, actually.
Oh, this is a good run from Porty. Yeah.
0.16 across the line and a better exit. Porter's
Yeah, he
going
just
to have to get
hasn't got the straight line speed though at all.
But at least he can get him offline. If you can just get him offline, it's not a great run though through turn 1, is it?
Yeah, the Audi is running max wing, and old Porter here is running the Road Atlanta set, 100%. He's running wing 3 or 4.
This is where he went for the dive earlier on, and that's as close as he got. He might send it in again. No, he's going to be patient. He'll get on the power earlier.
Yeah, but he just hasn't got the speed.
Nah, that's over 0.2.
He needs to. I don't know. This is tricky.
It's going to be tight. This might be the last lap of the race because the last sector's really slow. I think this is the last lap. Oh, he sent it in too deep. And could it be a late relinquishing of P2?
Porter holds on. Here.
But there's still a few more corners to go of this race. Tortoise is going to be taking the checker flag soon.
Oh, your Tortoise
There's no chance. Your Tortoise diving either way. But I think the checker flag is definitely being prepared now. And Jacob Toss is nearly there, but look at Porter, he's sliding again.
Oy.
He can barely manage this last lap. He's going to go defensive again into the final 2 corners of the championship.
What has he done to his rears?
Could go for something as well. But I think Porter is going to somehow hold on under incredible pressure. Tofts gets his 3rd race win of the season.
Wow.
And Porter ends off his championship winning season with a very well-earned 2nd place. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, what a battle. Yeah, low wing. He had no rears there. None.
These guys all come across the line pretty much in the same place. Hooper's going to finish in 9th place and confirm the Pro-Am Championship, I believe. Michael Hooper, finishing there in 9th place. He has done it as Hooper. It will only be 2nd best for Del Piccolo, and also confirming the championship was Nicola Egards, a 10th place finish for him, easily enough for the amateur championship for the Norwegian driver.
Yeah, Pirotti be kicking himself through those laps from the pit phase. As
Yeah.
Bob is just doing donuts, I think.
Man, I don't think Ports has joined us for an interview this season, but I am curious as to what happened. Do you think he overheated his tyres at the hairpin?
No, I think he took no tyres and he's on low wing, and I just don't think he had rears left.
Sure, that's a good point with the wing, because he was a weapon down the straights.
He was, yeah. That car looked naff, though. Looked so slow over a lap. Like, yeah, he was just planted where it needed to be honest, but an hour, that must have been pain.
And he lost 5 seconds to Tofts in the last 20 minutes of the race. He was quite, I mean, to be fair, over a second on that was on the last lap.
And we forget to mention that Tofts finished the race, much like Max Verstappen, about 20 minutes ago. He's probably like all chilled on the sofa.
Yeah.
Tofts had that wrapped up ages ago. No, dominant win there. Absolutely dominant. I think he won it by about 9 seconds in the end.
Yeah, and in terms of like race wins when it comes to the 60-minute racing, I'm not sure if anyone else got any more than Tofts this season. He managed to get 3 of them in the end.
I thought Porter
only got 2 hour-long races.
Wow.
Yeah, Dalaval didn't get any.
Dalaval was Mr. Podium. Zach got one or two?
One. So yeah, and then you had Van den Esse got 1 and Caserta got 1. So I mean, it's crazy in terms of like race wins in the longer races.
Zach wants to know if he got 3rd
in the championship.
Yeah, because Tofts he just got a win.
I don't think he did, Zach.
Yeah.
It's really close. The gap was 35 points going into this round. I'll do some looking.
Yeah. Get some math in on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight.
I'll let you have the first interview in a bit. But I think first, before we do that, we'll go through the final race results for this round 12 of the championship. Tofts ends up ahead, 9.5 seconds clear. It was genuinely that easy. I mean, sometimes drivers finish 10 seconds clear and we have to say, well, you know, it was a lot closer than that, but I think that's reflective. He was in a league of his own. Porter in 2nd place, holding off Pirotti and Yatortas, who he just lost out during the pit stop sequence. White recovering well to 5th place. He was down to 9th at one point, White, but pulled off a good pit stop sequence, went for an early pit. Then it was Van den Esse, Dalaval and Bokler. Hooper confirms the Pro-Am Championship win, and Agard confirms the Am Championship win. Then it was Tokyo, Avanzini, Graman, Ubertali, Sampaoli, Del Piccolo, Hutchinson, Razziani, Van Horn, Fowler, Caserta, Hedgecock, Van Helden, Schwab, Luritzen, Delatz, Simonov, and Hancocks. Only the 2 retirees tonight.
Yeah, impressive stuff. Very impressive stuff. Yeah, it was a good race, especially the end there. I think Pirotti had P2 in the bag. You really do. Pace-wise, fuel-wise, everything. Just the two slowest laps on the entire stint was the lap before the pit and the lap of the pit.
Yeah.
And that was just it. I think had he pitted on the same lap as Porter.
Yeah, I mean, that was the way to do it, wasn't it? Yeah, because he saved like a second and a bit in the stall, and he was within a second, so yeah, he would have had him. Whilst I'm calculating the points, I'll let you have first dibs on who you want to chat with.
I will talk to... Well, Agard was first in chat, and yeah, I'll talk to Nicolai Agard. Hello there, Nick. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Excellent. Congratulations on that. Well, P10, but obviously a win overall. How did it feel? Did it feel like a long race, 60 minutes of Okayama? Be honest.
No, it was actually okay. I thought it was gonna be a long race, but
yeah.
Oh, I did chase Michael Huber. I don't know how we say it, but yeah, it was fun chasing him a lot, and he had a great pit stop, so he got away from me there. But yeah, overall a great race. I had a lot of fun.
Dominant, and I do believe you've won the amateur championship, so obviously congratulations. Sorry, I'm never confident on saying it because Sam is our math guy.
Sam is the man.
Yeah, no, the math guy, not the man. No, yeah, congratulations. You were driving the Audi. How did it feel over the stint?
It was good. I changed the left tires because I felt like the car was sliding a lot. So yeah, after I changed the tires, the car was actually back to like I wanted it. So it was good.
So Pro-Am next season, you coming back for more?
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a team meeting and figure out what leagues to race. So we'll see. But this is my first league that I finished, so I had a lot of fun, and I developed a lot of skills, I feel like, under this series.
Yeah, I mean, me and Sam have mentioned many times, consistent, your performance. Obviously, your skill to iRating obviously is way above. But, it's been impressive to watch you, impressive to, cover your races. So, congratulations again on the AM Championship. Anyone would like to give a shout-out to?
First of all, to you guys, I love the TV, YouTube the broadcast. Thank you. There, and and my teammates, and our sponsors. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, brilliant stuff. And we hope to see you back next season. But again, congratulations. Very well deserved.
Yeah, thank you, and congratulations to all the other winners.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you, mate.
Bye.
I looked at the points, by the way. So going into this round, Zach was 35 points clear.
Yep.
Toffs outscored him by 38 points today. So Toffs gets third place.
By 3 points.
By 3 points.
Ooh.
Like 1,020 versus 1,017, I think. Very close.
So Zach's just going to throw in appeals. You taught us, did this. Porty did that. I need some points, man.
Back in round 2.
Yeah, back in round 2.
Last year, he did this. Give him a penalty, please.
Yep.
Let's have a chat with another one of our championship winners. Michael Hooper joins us now. Michael, congratulations. This was sort of the one championship which wasn't completely over and done with, but you've done it again, man. Another race win, and that is the Pro-Am Championship. Oh, man. I do a big speech, and...
He's back. I'll drag him in.
Okay, we'll have another go.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on? There you go. You should be back.
Michael, can you hear us all right now? Oh, no. Well, I'm not sure if he can hear us. I think he's having issues with his mic. Well, let's have a chat with someone else in that case. Ooh, then we've got Alessandro Porza with us now. Alessandro, lovely to have you along with us. Congratulations, man. I mean, the championship was already confirmed before tonight, but what a fun way to round it out.
Yeah, thank you, mate. It was absolutely incredible this season.
Yeah, I mean, it was really
so
close.
Tired because I'm so up with this race. So Jacobo was unbelievable. He was so fast.
Yeah, he was absolutely in a league of his own tonight. Talk us through that last lap, because it seemed like you just lost all your tyres on that last lap of the race. I mean,
last 2 laps was unbelievable. I got on the rear right, so I got really was really bad, and in the last 2 laps was really incredible. I'm unfortunate that I'm P2. I'm really lucky.
Yeah, you came very close to losing it on that last lap, it looked like. And, you look back at the season, so many great moments, several race wins, but is there like a race which you look back on with, you look back particularly fondly back on a favourite race this season?
Yeah, I think Mugello was really good for me because I prepare a lot of with Riccardo Ramoglia. Is the best with the setup for me this season. He demonstrated to be always competitive in all circuit. So I appreciated that help with me, and he's a really good engineer.
Absolutely.
And also with the team, he got really the best support.
Yeah, that Magello round in particular, I remember your move for the lead in the second half of the race. That was a very, very good win for yourself. And of course, looking forwards now to, you know, future championships for Absolute Motorsport Acelith. I mean, what cars are you planning on racing in the next few months, and what series are you looking on competing in as well?
I don't know. It's really a question point because with the new adjournment is really a big question. So I think Ferrari will be the most competitive car for the stability in the braking and with the aero is really good.
Yeah, it seemed like your straight line speed tonight was good, and yeah, I think the Ferrari was probably helping you out a bit on that, and yeah, did seem to serve you very well across the season. Well, thank you for coming up and having a chat with us, Alessandro. Anyone you want to give a shout out to? Anyone you want to give any thanks to?
Yeah, absolutely. Riccardo Lamoglie for all the help in the setups and to improve all the race and the results are really good. We won the championship, we won the constructor, so thank you, big thanks for him and also for the team for the support.
Fantastic. Well, once again, thanks for a brilliant season, Alessandro, and we hope to see you back on the channel sometime.
Thank you guys, it was a pleasure.
Cheers.
Alessandro Porza, second place tonight, but winner of the Pro Championship. Who are you going to drag up next?
I'll bring up Toffs, our race winner, then would leave Hooper for you. Hopefully you have his mic sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Hey, Jacob, can you hear me okay?
I can, yes.
Congratulations on the very dominant win. Really from the flag, you pulled out well over a second gap, and then I believe you finished it 9 seconds ahead. Was it as easy as it looked for you?
Yes and no. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure where the pace came from tonight. It seems to just click. But then Harold just was catching me sort of in the middle of the first stint, and then I was trying to save some fuel to make sure I go the extra lap, even though it was a bit safe. So I wouldn't say it was that easy.
No, I mean, I would say click is definitely the word. You looked strong from the outset, and obviously qualifying was close, but just those first 3 laps, you seemed to find something that just gave you, I suppose, space to stretch your legs and not worry about defending and just focus on your lines and your fuel because, I believe we didn't spot a moment where your gap didn't grow.
Yeah, at the start when the tyres are cold and you can push them a bit, you need to build the gap. That's where you can make the difference, because once they've overheated, which is inevitable, it's hard to push and make that much of a difference. So I knew if I was going to break the slipstream and guess a gap that would help me later on, I had to do it straight away.
Is this a track you've had much experience with in GTs, or first time here in a GT car?
Potentially my first time here, I guess, but everyone started out here as a rookie, so
correct. Yeah.
I'm not sure how long ago it was when I drove here in a Mazda, but I've been here before.
No, you didn't do any officials a couple of weeks ago here then at VRS. Assume not. But obviously overall championship you finished 3rd. You must be happy with that. You missed the first round, and I believe you had quite a drop week 1 week. I can't remember where it was, but obviously you won VIR. You won Okayama. Overall, you must be happy?
Yeah, happy with it. There were a few rounds where improvements could have been made for various reasons. I think sometimes I got unlucky, but sometimes it was definitely something in my control. So 3rd is good, and Alessandro did very well. He was very consistent, so he definitely deserves to win.
Yeah, congrats. What was your highlight of the season for yourself personally?
That's the tough one. One of the 3 wins, I guess. I think
it's
I had
got to
3
be the
right?
VIR pit entry, right?
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was brilliant. But no, yeah, congratulations again on the very dominant win. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Q Controls, Mag Performance, and then you guys once again, and all the other drivers and organisers of the series.
Oh, legend. All right, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. Thank you.
Cool. Cheers, Jacob. Congrats again. See ya.
Thanks.
Jacob Toss winner tonight. Let's have another go with Michael Hooper, who we bring up. Michael, can you hear us now?
Hello, yes, I can hear you now.
Wonderful stuff. I went on a big spiel earlier on about how, it wasn't totally decided going into tonight, but congratulations, you've won the Pro-Am Championship. You must be delighted.
Thank you. Yeah, it was pretty great. I wasn't sure what pace I could do at Okayama, but in the end it turned out pretty well. I think I could keep pace with a few of the pros in the beginning, and then went on a bit of a tire saving strategy. Had to let someone by due to a very unnecessary slowdown. Totally my own fault. But yeah, in the end, made a good pit stop and could even challenge Roman in the end for a bit of racing. So all in all, good stuff. Very happy with the championship. Didn't expect it after the first 2 races, but I think in the end it turned around pretty good.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seemed like you sort of turned things round, sort of from round 3 onwards, and were pretty much near the front from that point onwards. Would you say you've improved as a driver this season, or would you say those first 2 rounds were just a bit of an anomaly, and you were able to represent yourself properly from round 3 onwards?
I think the very first round Silverstone was a bit of a fluke on my side. We had some very good setups for Silverstone for the Ferrari, and I really didn't expect to get P2 there. I think who was in first? Salvatore Piazzese was in first in the end after a few laps, and he was just running away with it. So that was more the pace that I would expect from myself. Virginia had a bit of trouble with the track with our setup, so yeah, not a good result. But then after Spa, I thought, yep, if I keep at it, the season is gonna end pretty well. And yeah, I think I knew after Suzuka round 7 that I had a realistic chance, and then after Aragon with the good result from our whole team, I think it was okay. I would say I definitely improved. I noticed that in several other events that I've gotten a bit faster, which is nice to see at my age. I'm getting to the point where I'm probably declining, but yeah, all in all, I think the whole field has made me quite a bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, we all reach our ceiling, don't we? I mean, I think I reached my peak iRacing at the age of 18, and now I'm 23, and it feels a while ago. So, yeah, it can happen to all of us at any age, but no, it's good that you're still improving, Michael. And, yeah, I mean, looking ahead as well, Bear Pope, we see in a lot of different championships, you guys have got a fair few drivers. What are you guys looking ahead to? It seems like you do a lot of GT3 racing.
Yeah, that's probably our main car class for our special events. We do have a few prototype teams that have been very successful at Daytona, for example. And myself, I already won Le Mans in our split in the old HPD and now in the LMP2. So we like to vary it a bit, but it's always the same. Our motto is serious business, and we don't take that very seriously. So you'll find us everywhere in iRacing.
Exactly. Well, fantastic to have you come up and have a chat with us, Michael, and congratulations for the title. Is anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, thank you very much. Definitely a shout out to my teammate Carl Sketchley, who unfortunately couldn't be here this evening, but I'll see him again on Sunday in another league, which I think is probably also broadcasted by Apex. So yeah, I'll see him again. Thank you to the whole Bear Pope team who have been watching the streams regularly. Thank you to the whole field for a pretty good and challenging season. I think all in all, even if maybe sometimes tempers flared, we had a good racing going on. And lastly, thank you guys for hosting the league, for commentating. Depending on the schedule and if you implement a bit of Tempest Rain, I'll probably be back for next season.
Lovely stuff. Well,
It's gonna rain.
When we get the opportunity for rain, it will do. Like round 1 of the next GT3 trophy, Let's just say it's going to be wet. So,
Storm.
Storm, yeah, 100% rain. Yeah, that would be good. Look forward to seeing you out on track for that, Michael. And yeah, best of luck over the next few weeks.
Yep. Thank you. See you all.
Michael Hooper there for Bear Pope, your winner in the Pro-Am Championship. Do you want to have a quick chat with Adam Hedgecock? He's our last interviewee.
Yep. Hello there, Adam. How you doing?
Hi. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all, thank you.
Good. Talk me through it. It looked like a tough one. I mean, I always think the BMW looks tough anyway, but it was that a tough one? How did it go?
Yeah, Boaty Boy was boaty. That it was horrendous. That the first part of the track, it wasn't too bad. Like the first half, not too bad at all. The second half, just no. Just no. It was utterly garbage. But yeah, look, it's not all bad. For once in my life, I made a strategy call and it worked. So we'll take the positive from that. We'll forget the BMW ever exists and we'll move on to the next season.
That is how I end every season, trying to forget the BMW existed. But no, you did well. Good season. Obviously, at one point in the season, you was looking in contention for P2, I think, if I remember rightly.
He was leading at one point.
Leading, that was it.
Yeah. That was such a long time ago, wasn't it?
It's fine. It's been tough. It's been very competitive. And obviously, Agard, Cook, those were people in your division, I believe. Yeah, been really tough competition.
Were, yeah.
It's been a really solid group, and obviously not to mention some of the AM drivers have been ridiculously quick as well. So it's been a good season, and you've done well. Been very consistent. Are you coming back next season for the rain? Sorry, that may be rain.
I'm considering it, but my mindset at the moment, I've raced GT3s or GT cars for such a long time now. I'm thinking I might take a little breather from them, see how this rain pans out, and then maybe come back the season after. Yeah, nice to get a little break, go race something else for a little while, and then come back excited to race GTs again.
No, I get that. Yeah. How did you find the track? Is this a track you've driven in a very, very long time, or was your last time here in Mazdas like most people?
No, I've been in some leagues where we have come here. It's always the same. It's the Japanese tarmac. I don't know what it is. It gets very hot, very slippy, very quickly. So bigger cars it's not a fun experience. In fact, I think the last time I came here, it was a Kia and Jetta multi-class race.
So you are
back while both were still relevant.
Christ, that was a long time ago. Very long time ago. What's your highlight of the season?
It's a fun track, though.
Yeah, I agree. I like this track. Your highlight of the season for yourself, personally?
I mean, it's going to have to be leading the championship after. I think it was after like a round or something. I don't know. I don't reach those dizzy heights very often. So yeah, just being competitive, not being completely at the back. It makes a nice change. So yeah, one particular point there isn't one really, I don't think, but it's been a good season, so I'll take the whole thing if I can.
No, I think just give not GT3s a break, give the BMW break. Drive a real car like a Porsche. Honestly, it'll feel like fresh air. Honestly, you'll be reborn.
Oh, I was in the Ferrari for Bathurst, the 12-hour, and that was delightful.
Yes,
even with the bop, it was just so easy to drive. It's like compliant everywhere. Complete polar opposite to this big tooth beast that I've been trying to drag around.
Yeah, so I swapped from the Ferrari to your BMW for Bathurst 12, so I was dragging the boat around for... Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. But no, it went fine. But no, congratulations on a strong season. Hope to see you next season or whatever you decide to race. But if not, we'll see you the season after. Yeah, again, thanks for taking part. And anyone like to give a shout out before you go?
No, perfect. Thank you. And yeah, to you guys for putting the league on. Sam will tell you, I've done my fair share of ARL leagues over the years. They're always good. They're always fun. So congrats on another successful one. And then to the team and our sponsors, the boys at Altitude, for all the amazing support they give. And then our sponsors, Freem, Finding Speed, Sim Stickers, Grumpy Dad Designs, and Mr. Hedge iRacing Photography.
Brilliant. Thank you, Adam. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, cheers. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
Adam Hedgecock there, having a chat with us, with another solid result in the amateurs, I think third place in the amateurs tonight. Well, that is pretty much it for us, but well, I can ask you the annoying question of anything that you remember much from this season. Any highlights for yourself? We'll just put the drivers on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot now to see if there's any
highlights of the season for me was, I think the thing that stands out the most was the Daytona closing laps with Bokler.
Sure,
and
that was good. Good show. Yeah.
Yeah, because that was really tense. It all came. They put everything on the line, and he got the slowdown, and the other side of that coin was the win. So I like he went for it. Yeah, he's been impressive. If he'd have qualified better, I think we'd have seen Bokler's name a lot more this season.
Yeah, and his Delachaz teammates as well.
Correct. They just need to focus on quali.
Exactly.
Because their race performance has always been strong. They're overtaking, they're defending. But yeah, and you taught us again. I know it's amazing how quick he has been in the latter part of the season with the few disconnects as well. Again, so if he sorts out whatever's causing him disconnects and whatever happened at the start of the season, yeah, another strong contender. But yeah, overall, really good season. I think we need more of the short. I think they were brilliant. The short ones as well, and the super long. They were.
Well, that's an interesting debate. We always ask the drivers this, and they're like, "No, I don't want to do short races."
Yeah, what do drivers know? It's commentators that know.
Yeah, but they're the ones paying the fees.
All right,
it's
drivers.
not like Formula 1, where Sky F1 are paying the fees. Unfortunately, we don't make much from these straight from YouTube. Unfortunately.
Okay, I yield.
But no, it's been good with the formats. Again, good spirited drivers. We've had with a lot of Apex Racing League series recently, just nice people taking part, and
what
it
was
makes it much more fun.
Your highlight of the season?
I wish you wouldn't ask. I think Toffs with the overtake at VAR. I think the race at Spa was
the
really
Spa
good.
race was really intense. Yeah, I almost went for that as my highlight.
Yeah. And I think the move as well at Mugello that Portser pulled off. I only remembered that earlier on.
Oh,
Portser reminded me
yeah.
of it, but some really nice racing. Generally at Mugello, just fantastic track.
Yeah.
So, was a lot of fun. Hopefully you've enjoyed it as well. Of course, any drivers watching this back, very much appreciate you taking part in this series. And of course, the Apex Racing League GT3 trophy will be back at some point. The Apex Racing League Endurance Championship, which will run GT3 cars, will be back in June. So do keep an eye out on the Apex Racing League Discord for updates on all the other series which are coming up. Of course, that includes the ACC Challenge and the Porsche Cup Championship as well, which are starting up in the next few weeks. Of course, there's loads more action coming up on Apex Racing TV, so do make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. We've got much more racing coming up, including ARA F4 tomorrow. We've got some endurance racing as well on Sunday, and much more stuff as well coming up next week as well. So do keep tuned on that and check out the Apex Racing League and Apex Racing TV social medias. But for now, from myself, Sam Fitzpatrick, from David Sampson, and everyone here from the Apex Racing TV esports studio, we are going to say goodbye, and we'll see you back next time for Season 8 of the Apex Racing League GT3 Trophy. We'll see you then.
Ciao.